it was
Ladies and
hard
gentlemen,
out here for
welcome to Souls Off Script, episode 6. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. Now I'm thinking about it, man. We've actually came a long way, haven't we, guys? Yeah, we came a long way. Yeah, okay.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Slight work. Well, anyways, quick reminders. To one of our guys that has previously been doing these videos with us. Yes, he's family. I considered him family. He's one of our brothers. He's out in the military doing his thing. I want you guys to continue sending your love and support. Let them know that he's being missed. He would pretty much appreciate that, and so will we. Don't know entirely when he'll be back, but we'll keep the updates. Another thing, for the mental health thing, and I'm going to keep repeating this because I don't really care, and I'm sick and tired of people keep saying that they don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyways. So, with that being said, anybody that is suffering through mental health, any sort of mental health, and anybody in this video can back me up, please do not hesitate to call me. Call one of the hotlines that are still installed into our videos. We do have them, and they will stay in the description. Call any of us. Call the hotlines. I hope that each one of these videos that we make cheers you up in any type of way. I hope it makes your day. If there's anything possibly besides that we can do to help keeping you through reasons of going through mental health, please just let us know in general. Like I said, I'm always open. The guys in this video and are always open as well, so please reach out. That's all I can say to that. I want to do a moment of silence for everyone that has passed through mental health, and I mean everybody, not just people we know in general. I'm talking about just for everybody in general. Can we do that? Like a quick couple minutes? Alright. Take my hat off for this. I hope you guys are prepared. Get your popcorn ready. Have your uninvited attention for these wonderful segments that's about to happen right now. I'm about to open up with one of my great friends of mine. He's going to tell you a little bit about some conspiracies on Adolf Hitler. Sleepy, take it away.
This man behind me, a lot of people have read books and have theories and things about him and what he's done. And I'm really about to go left because before this, we have a little chat. We talk and whatnot before we get into our podcast. So my buddy Chubbs brought up a point about Hitler and the number. Everybody generally gets the number right. Everybody says it was 6 million people. Did you know in his reign, they said that, but before his reign, they were saying that too. There's papers with the number 6 million Jews in it. Why would they have that before he even came into power? That's just a theory. But hey, off that subject. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about Adolf Hitler and the conspiracy of him not dying. Well, dying, but not dying when they said he did. Did y'all know that the skull that they have of Hitler is actually a woman? That's proven. Did you know? Is there any pictures or anything y'all know of him? Because usually pictures are done. Because back then they could do pictures. I haven't seen any, but there is pictures. There are pictures. Um, People think that this man escaped. For that, there's more reason for him to be alive to after that than there was for him to die at that point. There's more proof. America's government spent money, millions of dollars, to investigate where he was. You can look that up. Argentina is what they said. They said that he had moved there and I guess settled down with a family, 2 kids, normal guy. That's what
Yeah.
they say. Yeah, it's a little weird. This theory, I'm not the only one that thinks this. I've been down this rabbit hole. I don't know why we accept certain things that people tell us without investigating ourselves, because they will. They'll do the investigating. But yeah, I got a little video I want to show, just to get y'all in that mindset of what I'm thinking. This is one of a couple of videos that I actually looked at on this topic, but this, dives a little bit deeper. So here's the video.
Did Hitler escape from Berlin? Adolf Hitler reportedly died by suicide in his Berlin bunker in 1945. However, theories about his escape have circulated for decades. Many believe the Nazi dictator fled to South America with the help of his inner circle. Mysterious sightings of Hitler in various countries like Argentina after the war have sparked endless speculation. Do you think one of history's most notorious figures really committed suicide in his Berlin bunker? Or...
So yeah, this is nothing new. This theory and the pictures that they have of him and the files they have of him, and how would they know he had 2 daughters? How would they have this physical picture of this man sitting there next to another man? How would they have that if he, killed himself? Hitler's reign in itself was what, 10, 15 years, somewhere in there, don't quote me. And in that reign, he did some egregious things that we hear about. Some very egregious things. I don't condone it. I don't think anybody in here condones that. This man's name is thrown around as one of the most hateful people that ever lived. This man supposedly had a body double. A lot of people don't know that either. Yes.
That makes sense. That
He had
makes
a
so
body
much
double.
sense.
Yeah.
But the problem with the theory, I think, of him having a body double, why wouldn't you just take the body double's head? Because that's what they have, his head. And they tested it and it was a woman. So why not just take the body double's head?
Does that mean the body double would have to die?
Mm-hmm.
Then who was the head of the woman?
That's a good question. Rabbit hole, right?
Did they have any other fragments of the body? Was it just the head?
No, they just tested the head. Yeah. America's very good at finding what they want. I just don't, in my mind, if this is one of the most dangerous people to ever live, how did you get that wrong? So Hitler supposedly escaped the bunker before, because you got to think, this is Germany. This man rules Germany. What makes you think he didn't have warning of this? Hitler was not Hitler was in the military. Hitler was in Germany's military before his reign. That was his rise to power, was through the military, out of that, into politics, blah, blah, blah. Hitler was a runner. He ran mail from the back to the front, all that stuff. That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So a man with military training, when somebody's coming to get you, So, and you have a body double, you wouldn't use that?
Right, that's crazy. It makes sense that he would have a body double because he was like the leader of a country. I think all leaders have some form of a body double, just in
I mean,
case you
think
know.
about it. There's somebody that look like you.
Yeah, we all have doppelgangers.
That's what I'm saying. And he has that much power. He gonna find who he gonna make somebody that looks like him.
Mm,
This I can't say I'm fond of the man, but some of the technologies he made have pushed the world in a way that I don't think would be here without it. But y'all heard the stories about his soldiers being on drugs and stuff to stay up longer and all that other stuff?
I heard
Yeah,
some things about that man. I wouldn't even give those technologies to him. I don't even want him to have those good graces. Those were basically devices made by the people he whipped into making them. I don't want to give that POS anything of good rapport. I'm sorry. I can't even. I'm not going to even hold you. I
yeah,
want
that
you to
man
ask
was wild.
myself an ancestral. Like that man was a despicable person.
Yeah, that would
Very
be.
much. That man, gas chambers. I mean, all the weird stuff. Like, I mean, I'm weird. I'm like, what would happen to a person if you like stuck this here and it just went off? That was the crazy stuff this man was doing.
Didn't you do experiments and stuff on people too?
Experiments. He's the reason we got so much killing stuff now.
Mm.
Like the man, like he was in the art of war. Uh, there ain't no other way to say it. Just the art of war. Um, him escaping to Argentina to me doesn't sound far fetched because the Germans were exploring literally everything. Uh, Antarctica's one of them. There's a lot of stories about what happened over there, but this man escaping there and settling down there doesn't sound far fetched because in South America there's places, just remote places, where there's settlements of Germans. That they wasn't. It wasn't hard. It wasn't. But
Crazy part is a lot of the Auschwitz like professors and doctors escaped to America, and the
yes,
American
and they kept some
government.
of those. The
Yeah, I was
American
about to say
government
the
took
American
those
government
people.
actually hired some of those people
Yep.
to do work in America. And I think that's also despicable when all of them should have been put inside of a gas chamber and
And that's what I think. I think they all should have been hung in front of everybody to make an example. But I'm just gruesome.
mm,
Unless you got another plan for
Uh,
them.
well, the weird thing about those people, and you can look at these pictures in America, like they have pictures of these people. They have dueling scars, massive scars on the side of their face, and there's a couple of pictures of people high rank that you know they killed people. Just standing next to higher powers out here after it happened.
yeah.
The man was wild. The man, wild ain't even a word. I ain't even gonna lie, wild wasn't even a word. The man basically pushed,
Words cannot describe on how bad this man was.
like, exactly. This man was
The man,
Beelzebub
the
before
myth,
we knew what
the
that meant.
demon.
The man, the myth, the demon is correct.
Yes.
He made Jason,
I
Michael
don't.
Myers, Freddy Krueger look bad. I ain't gonna lie. He made him look innocent.
I don't know where it goes from here with what we know about a lot of things. I know if that man did survive and the US government knew about it, I'm not even, I'll let y'all do that research. And the US government knew about it, what kind of people are we under that would
Well,
literally let Beelzebub himself essentially just go chill, have some kids, have a normal life? You know what I mean?
well, just seeing that they couldn't find him, like if they literally could not find this man, It's better to believe him dead than to have hysteria. It was to keep global peace. Every country went along with the lie. Knowing that he was still alive, they just couldn't find the fucker.
Yeah, because he was smart.
Let's,
He
let's hope
wasn't
that's what
smart.
it
He just
is.
had he
They've
had
done
people.
other things.
I'm about to
They've
say
let
you
people
you gotta
go.
believe this man, all of the planning and plotting he did, you can't believe that he didn't have a scenario where he was about to lose. You think,
Yes.
okay,
He was
hey, we
very,
have we
he
have
was
to
very
plan B
strategic.
this shit.
I mean, he has some of the craziest people on his side, the craziest
Yeah,
scientists. Like they built stuff that to this day we don't understand how they were doing this.
Hmm.
Like these were the smartest of the smart. But
Yeah.
you telling me he can't he died right there and y'all got it wrong?
right.
I
Like,
mean, somebody died. I don't know if it was him, but somebody died.
oh yeah, somebody died, but I don't know. It's just theory, guys. Uh,
It's theory.
I'm hoping the world has learned from that. But in this world, we got all we got's each other. I just really hope that one day, all of us, everybody, whatever color, we can just get along because we know they not playing for us and we don't want to play for them. So with that, thank y'all.
Thank you, Denzel. That was a wonderful segment, my guy. Did a great job on
Cheers, mate.
Adolf Hitler, my guy. Give a round of applause, my guy. Appreciate it, man. It was great.
I'm not rounding applauding that man's name in
I'm
any
just kidding.
way.
No, I'm just saying on this segment, not for Adolf Hitler.
Oh
That's
man, Chubb,
very
fuck
that's
you.
very
You know,
devious.
I give you a couple snaps, but I'm not applauding that.
I take that. I take that.
Get a little
I feel
something,
that one.
something.
That one
A
here.
little
That one here.
something. A little something. But anyways, guys. For this next segment, this guy, my guy, Darnell, is going to give you some historical facts on Haitian zombification.
All right, everybody, it's your boy Darnell. I'm back again today and continuing the trend of bringing in Africanized religion because October is National Hoodoo Month, Hoodoo heritage, and whatnot and the like. Today we're going into something a little different. We're not going to bring up any, well, not this time. 'Cause I got a doozy for you guys next week. But this time we're going to go into the zombification process of Haitian voodoo. Now, the zombification process in Haitian voodoo is something that is used as a balance, right? So uh, let's get into it. So we're gonna move into where folklore meets the truth, where myth dances with memory. Today, we're stepping into the misty crossroads of Haitian voodoo, in a place where the living and the dead share breath, and they probably stink because they're dead, you know. But we're gonna get out of the mindset of the Hollywood flesh-eating zombies. Haitian voodoo was actually the first concept of zombie because anything having to do with like African religion has always been, I want to say, demonized. So when people heard of zombies or zombie or in zombie, which is the Congo word for spirit or soul, which zombie, the word zombie comes from that. Um, it's always been demonized, right? So let's rewrite our brains into seeing that into what it really is, right? Like I said, the word zombie comes from a Haitian Creole word rooted in West African traditions, brought to Haiti by enslaved people during the brutal era of Saint Domingue. Now, everyone, Saint Domingue is basically Haiti today, but it was called Saint Domingue when it was still, I believe it was under the jurisdiction of France, which was basically owned by Napoleon at the time. So, in voodoo, a zombie is not a creature, it's a person whose soul has been stolen, whose will has been stripped away. The belief emerged from the trauma of slavery, right? Because we believe that, If you were born a slave, when you die, you'll have freedom. Well, becoming a zombie is to then imprison the soul of the person. So even in death, they are still a slave. And I think that's scary. Like, imagine you thinking you're getting rest and reprieve from a hard, brutal life of being whipped and all other atrocities, and you die and then have to still work slavery and servitude and death. Right? So once in life and again in death, it was a metaphor for spiritual captivity and a warning and a weapon of fear. Because anytime someone tell you, I'm going to turn you into a zombie, that is a threat you most definitely, especially in those days, wanted to take as seriously as possible. Right? Crazy shit. Voodoo itself is a syncretic faith blending West African voodoo, Yoruba cosmology, Catholic saints, and indigenous Tano beliefs. It is not devil worship. A lot of people want to try to associate it with devil work, and they be like, it's evil. It's misunderstood, and it was criminalized by enslavers against African slaves who wanted to continue to practice their religions that they brought with them from the transatlantic, travel. It is ancestral reverence. It's a cosmic blend and deep healing, but within the shadows lies the lore of zombie, a soul trapped between worlds. And when we mean trapped between worlds, we literally mean that because there are technically two different types of zombie, but I'll get more into that later.
What's
So
that? Michael Jackson and Thriller.
I hate everything about you. I hate this man. But so, in Haitian voodoo, the zombification process is said to be performed by a bokor. A bokor is the Haitian version of a hoodoo, a root worker, a conjurer, right? They're not evil, they're not good. They're a little bit of both. They can do good, they can do bad, they can do a little bit of everything, right? So, the bokor, the sorcerer who serves both light and darkness, unlike the mambo. The mambo is basically like a spiritual leader, but they're not evil. They do good. They can do, but they more than often they're not into doing darker things because they practice more of the light base inside of the voodoo religion. So the is basically the healer. Like the mambo is basically a healer, and the bokor walks on the edge of like. If I can make this make more sense to people, you have like Jedi and you have Sith, right? The Mambo is more of a Jedi, right? They're all about doing what's right, they're about light, they're about healing and
Mm.
prosperity. And then you
Hmm.
have the Sith, they're more evil. They're evil. They're gonna do things evil. Well, Bokor is a little bit of both, right? They do good, but they do evil. They can do what they want when they want, and they do not have any issues of setting the record straight. They get revenge. They're vengeful. So there's a lot of
Quick
like
question. Quick question.
go
You
for
said
it.
is his name Mumble?
Mambo.
Mambo. Is his favorite?
Manbo.
Okay. Is his
Nambo.
favorite number?
Mambo.
Is his favorite number 5?
Wait, what? I'm lost on the reference. What?
Favorite number five.
You
I
never heard the
have no
song. Never
idea.
mind. You never heard the song. My bad.
Gee.
I haven't either. I'm looking at
Yeah, that's why I'm looking like
You never
so
heard that song? That damn. That went over y'all's head.
so back to what the fuck I'm talking about.
retarded.
Um, there are both spiritual ingredients and physical ingredients, and the spiritual ingredients for the process is basically invocating a certain law. I will not give out any names or instructions specifically because I don't need people out here trying to recreate this process without going through the proper training. No, you will be surprised how often someone will hear something on a podcast, attempt to do it, and then blame the person they get the
It's
information from.
alive. It's annoying.
Yeah, yeah, we're not doing that. So I'm
Making
leaving the name of the
Frankensteins.
spirits involved, and I'm leaving the name. Now I could probably do like some of the offerings, whatnot, but I'm not doing anything. Absolutely not, and I'm not doing none of the symbols that you need to do it either. But you would have to invocate a certain Loa, and Loa is basically a spiritual deity. You'll have to have the ritual offerings for the Loa, which can be alcohol, coffee, cigars, spicy foods or whatnot, or any form of a spice in general, whatever that spirit loves to be associated with. You would have to have the symbols for that spirit drawn as an invocation circle. And like I said, I'm not divulging any spirit name. And then you'll have to do the grave rites, which is basically uh it's usually performed at night, and it involves candles, chantings, and ancestral petitions. Now that gets deep, and I'm not getting to that either. But
So
what we
basically,
can
ladies
get
and gentlemen,
into,
what you need to
no,
do if you're gonna make this process thing, all you need is sugar, spice, and everything nice.
that's a good way to get a spirit on your ass you can't deal with. Listen to this man, and you'll be fucking around and finding out the
No, no,
fuck
no.
the
If you
actual
if you want to
Wait,
make
truth.
the
wait, wait.
Powerpuff, if you want to make the Powerpuff Girls, that's the ingredients.
I'm about to say you fuck around and listen to this man, and you will find yourself in the worst pain you have ever been in your life. Go there with some sugar and spice and everything nice, and I guarantee you they'll be picking your body off the concrete. I wouldn't even dare. But we can get
No, I'm
into
just
the
kidding, guys.
physical
I'm kidding.
ingredient. We can get into the physical ingredients. Basically the things that they do have, right? So mind you, when I'm about to explain these physical ingredients, please keep in mind, like I said, the Bokor is a little bit darker than the Mambo. So that means some of his materials is going to be a little darker as well. So we have some close to it. So we have tetrodotoxin, which is a neurotoxin found in pufferfish, believed to induce a death-like state. And I think they have like a frog there. It might actually be the same pufferfish, but they have a frog, I believe, that they get that much that toxin from. And
Mm.
basically it slows your metabolical processes down, like your heartbeat, your breath, and it gives you the look of you're dead, right? It
Hmm.
once the poison kicks in, you will be basically, you'll hear everything, but to the outside world, you'll be a corpse. Your heartbeat will be non-existent. Your
Off
blood won't be
question.
flowing. What's
Off
that?
question. Isn't pufferfish considered a delicacy?
It is in Japan,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
but they usually remove the poison sacs out of the fish before they eat it. That way you don't die. But yes, it
Hmm.
is a delicacy. And you have dotrotoxin, which is called a zombie cucumber. It's a hallucinogenic plant that causes confusion, memory loss, and suggestibility. Other
What the?
items that were found. Yes, yes. Now the cucumber is given to the person after the bokor basically digs the body up. Because once they give you the terotoxin, you basically get dug into the ground. You have your funeral. Everyone thinks you're dead. The bokor then comes to dig your body up, and he feeds you a the zombie cucumber, which is basically, some they stuff into the mouth of the person, and it causes their brain neurons to fire completely off or just not fire at all. And in that state, you are subject to memory loss and suggestibility. Now, fun fact, in South America, in certain, places that have like African native people who carried some of the religion back with them, they also have a powder that they use. They spray into your face, or they blow it into your face, and it's basically the same results, and it causes confusion, memory loss, and suggestibility. And for a short period of time, they can control the person as though they are, a zombie. And that's called zombie powder, but that's something completely different, even though it's very similar to what the Haitians have. So, some other things that were found when they did tests on this powder that they procured from a Bokor, they found ground human bones and grave dirt. They also found charcoal. They found cane alcohol and sometimes animal remains. So fuck around and find out, basically.
Pretty
And
much.
that's a little bit, yeah, very much, right? So,
The
but here's
FF.
the deeper.
The FAF.
There's a deeper truth. Zombification is not just sorcery; is social control and ritual Haiti, right? And well, rule Haiti, ritual Haiti, rule Haiti is a fear of becoming a zombie. Mind you, fun fact: the zombie process was actually performed on white slavers who used to enslave, like when they would, I guess, enslave a little too hard and they had the right Bokor on their side, sometimes they would basically zombify a white man, and I think the white men were some of the first zombies that actually were zombified on that island, right? And
Why the are we doing that shit?
well, if you're in a situations where you've been getting your ass whooped and they're making you slave from sun up to sundown, the best revenge you could get on a person is to then make them a slave. Am I correct? I
Yeah, you sure?
I see eye for eye. I see eye for eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, that's
but yeah,
pretty.
it was used as a way to punish, right? So thieves, betrayal, taboos, unmorally unjust behaviors, something of that regard, was used as a way to, I'm gonna, if you do wrong, we gonna zombify you, and there was not much protection against it. Like you never know when it was gonna come. They could put the powder in your drink. They could put the powder. They put it in your bed, and you lay down in your bed. Boom, powder. Your baby moms might not like you, and she said, "You know what? Get that nigga out the way." And here she is with the pop. And now you. Someone get that sound bar from him.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
But but yes.
I'm sorry.
So basically, it was a way to control people and keep them in check, right? No one gets too powerful than the next person. This person is doing evil. You call your local bakor, and we have that man picking cotton by six. So even though
Not the
it
cotton
was
lord. Not the cotton.
at that sugarcane plantation, either or, wherever you feel like serving your eternity. But so zombification was used as a punishment to those who violated the community. Basically, like if you did something out the way, we was gonna get you out of here. Others see it as a metaphor of colonial trauma, which is most definitely could be, being enslaved and being a black person being enslaved was like the worst thing that could happen to you. It's the worst thing that happened to us. So yeah. So how the soul of a person was stolen. Well, and how to reclaim it, because you actually can get your soul back. You actually can get your soul back, right?
How
So,
you do that?
ironically, salt, salt, salt is that you get somebody that could find you wherever he ducked you off at, and they can give you the correct herbs or just table salt. So, the zombie myth is just one thread in a vast tapestry of spiritual and ritual and resilience that our ancestors held on to. So Hollywood took the Haitian zombie and twisted it. Films like The White Zombie, which was 1932, and that movie was. If anybody's seen White Zombie, go look it up and then come tell me how you feel about it. And The Serpent and the Rainbow, which was like 1988, and I think that was really got the whole zombie thing in America kicked off, was The Serpent and the Rainbow, and it really demonized voodoo in general, and they made it look like it was like a dark practice. That's why you get Chucky from. If you ever watch Chucky, apparently he was the result of a voodoo curse, and literally the voodoo curse was going ooga booga or some shit like that. And I'm just the disrespect is the disrespect. No, no, bro, like. That the way they just
No,
take somebody else's religion and just shit on it and then turn it into something that people see like a
Chucky
trope
wasn't
is
evil.
crazy.
Like just Chucky in
No,
general
they
was evil.
yeah. So and the crazy part is voodoo was used as in which voodoo means spirit and Afri is the African word for spirit. It teaches us that the dead is never truly gone, and the living are never truly free unless they honor their spirits. And it's just basically a way of honoring spirit. The zombie was never a monster. It was more of a warning, right? It was more of
Mm-hmm.
a stay in line, stay control, and a call to remember who you are, right? So going into the zombification process, there are two different types of zombies, which I told you guys earlier, and we have a zombie astral, which is basically the Tibanage, which is the soul of the person, and
Mm.
is separated from the body and used by the Bokor in a magical process. And they put your spirit into. You ever heard somebody say, "I'm going to put you in a jar"? I'm gonna put you in a candle or something like that. So it basically is when they separate the soul from the body and they catch it in a jar through a process. And I'm not going into the process of catching people's souls because I don't need people out here trying to
Yeah,
steal
you don't need to
people's
tell me
soul.
that.
That was actually on point.
That was on point though.
That was what, sir? But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like spiritual bondage. They can remove your spirit from your body, and they can control the body by having control of the spirit. And you can negotiate. Like I think you can negotiate with them to get your spirit back. Like you could talk because they can talk to your spirit in the bottle. And I guess if you serve them in a way they want to be served, or you do something they want them to do, they'll then release your soul. Or you could just wait for them to die. Usually, when the person who made the zombie passes on, their their spirit can then go back to the somebody will have to open a jar, of course, but their spirit can then go back to their body. Or salt, for some reason salt gives the person's conscious a way to bring back, and I think that's more like on more like a physical, like I remember when I say like when they eat the sea cucumbers they lose their ability to think. Well, salt actually revives those connections and the neural pathways that give you the ability to think and the ability to, talk. Because zombies couldn't speak. They couldn't speak. Like they would just that person say do this and you did it. So that's zombie astral, the spirit, and then you have zombie cadaver, and that is basically the body, right? When the body when the vocal brings the body back from the dead, your body does manual labor and they can make you do anything. Like they could tell you to do anything. They can, if you got money, they can make you go to your bank account and empty it out, right? You're under this person's complete suggestion. Now all of these things are materials you can acquire. It's difficult to get them, but you can acquire them, and most of the materials that you acquire once made into that powder is actually illegal. You cannot have them in the United States of America. And that was something they did. I think when they found out that zombies actually was knocking, like taking people, they was taking people left and right. They was like, "Yo, we can't have this shit in the states." So that shit is illegal.
Wait, so you mean
Yeah.
so many people's getting beat up left and right, or getting taken left and right?
No, the zombies didn't actually eat nobody. Like they were. What it was basically removing the consciousness from the person and then using the body for my purposes. So I
So
could
basically
have
a
you
robot.
Yeah.
basically a vegetable.
But either way, you
And
got.
Yes.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of
I can
stories
only
about this, man,
imagine.
about people who
I
be
can
get
only
turned into
imagine the
zombies
people that
and they'll come
got
back
within the
like
last
18 years
10, 15 years.
later. Like there's a story of a man who was basically turned into a zombie because his brother was upset about him. I guess he abandoned his children, and his brother was upset about it. So to get rid of his shame from the family, they had him turned into his brother had him turned into a zombie. The man who turned him into a zombie had him worked, and he died, and he eventually regained his consciousness. And he eventually regained his consciousness, and upon regaining his consciousness, he waited about 18 years, and he returned home to his family to let them know what happened. He waited for the brother to die because he know he'll just kill me again. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my little rant about Haitian voodoo zombies and the origins of zombies in general.
It was good. I appreciate you guys. Darnell, that was a great segment. Even though I was fucking with you hard. Everybody that didn't know about Haitian zombification will possibly know about the end of the night. Hard.
Boy, most definitely. Oh, wait, hold on. One last thing before we move on to the next subject. The zombie actually remembers everything that happened while being a zombie. And a lot of times when they like get their memories back, they end up killing the person who turned them into a zombie. Fun fact. All right, Charles, you go ahead. Now then.
So basically what he's saying is do not try this at home. Do not get the ingredients that you need to make your own personal zombie. I repeat, don't do this. Look at me, guys. Do not do this. Hey. Anyways, I'm just saying. You don't have to do no work. They can cut your own grass. You know what I'm saying?
Now you're hyping my brain up, bro. Chill.
Not him debating on if he won't do it.
I don't know what I would do.
Denzel,
what do you mean?
I got a list.
You don't know what I'm gonna do.
I got a list, so.
Boy, you gonna have a couple of strips in that bitch working.
Nah. Nah. You won't have to have them if you got zombies.
That's and that's why certain niggas should not have certain things.
Yup. Don't give me nothing. I'm an experiment. I gotta see.
My boy gonna be lost.
Lost. I'm gonna be found. I'm gonna have a. Never mind. I can't. Never mind.
Oh Lord,
don't spoil the plan. Don't spoil the plan.
The feds are watching. I repeat, the feds are watching.
I don't care if I had zombies. It wouldn't matter. You want to know why a lot of people are alive? Because I don't have a dragon. That's why.
I mean, there is one person that knows how to bring one alive. I won't discuss that, though. That's for a different topic.
I'm discussing nothing. I'm just like you rob. I am robbing you. Just know that. Denzel is robbing.
Robbing somebody at Dragon Point is crazy.
Exactly. Like, you gonna say
robbing someone at Dragon Point is fucking diabolical.
Oh, you rule the world? I'm flying the world right here. You can't do me nothing.
Until he realized the dragons don't listen to nobody and they can turn on you. But that's besides the fact.
Have you not seen How to Train Your Dragon? If you don't stop doubting me, bro, my face. I'm spoiling my dream.
That is a kid's movie. That is not reality. You
don't know that in a different reality.
You say, hey, I'm your master. He gonna say, slavery ended a long time ago.
You don't say it like that. That's not how he said it on the movie. What's wrong with you? That's inhumane.
Oh my bad. You're gonna get one of those. You're gonna get one of those horse reins and try to put it on his back, tie it to him.
No, you gotta feed him fish and fix him.
What if they don't eat fish?
So we're fine with eat chicken, sushi, squid.
What if he just loves humans?
Well, I don't like them, so.
At that point, you better, soldier boy, you yourself off that mountain.
You're gonna fall off the mountain, my friend, but this dragon fly. This.
It's either that or he fit into your ass off that.
Taylor, please get that soundbar from that man. Get that from him, please.
He finna YouTube off that.
Come get it.
Look, wearing his teeth.
Oh yeah, y'all already
He
know.
gonna you off
I
that
spoke
mountain.
what I had to say. My tea back in.
All right, let's move into the last segment, which is me, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's Charles, everybody. It's Charles. Support, bro.
I was gonna hit the soundboard, but I'm not.
Your support, brother.
Anyways, this last segment has been a one that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I figured I'd do it. Why not now? So, is anybody familiar with the Catacombs of Paris? I'll let people talk about it real quick before we get into it.
Ain't that the place they based that movie off of?
Yeah,
As
I
above, so
believe it
below.
was as above, so below.
So
I don't
below.
know. It was the one with the weird, like, alien
Killer.
looking
Yeah,
thing
with the
with
when
wings.
they went under the street, and they basically found out like some spirit was down there, and it was making people kill themselves or some shit like that.
No, that's not what as above, so below was.
You saw when they went to the catacombs
No,
and
it's not. They went to the catacombs, but it wasn't no alien like
I ain't
stuff.
saying nothing about no aliens. It was a
Oh,
spirit.
Oh yeah, it was some spirit or something of sort. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
like
was that,
I'm
and
thinking
then
of the
like
wrong movie. My bad. That's
there
my
was that
fault.
going on down there, and then there was like some satanic ritual, or
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, and they were demons.
I
They
won't
were
say the
demons.
words,
That's what
but
they were. They were demons. Yeah, they were
cross the
demons.
I's and dot the T's. Dot the
I ain't
I's and
going
cross
down now.
the that's
Now, the
all I know.
movie I'm talking about, it like they went, I vaguely remember it, but they like went somewhere and there's all these caves and stuff and they find some parasite or something. And
Yeah,
when they get in it, it's just kind of too. It's kind of like Alien versus Predator, but it don't pop out you. You just it. I don't know. I gotta find it for y'all.
no, you're thinking of that one other movie that was called. I think it was called either Ascent Crescent or some crap where they went down in the cave and these like weird creatures were flying around killing people.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't that
not
that
as above
wasn't?
so below. No, that was a whole
Oh,
different area. No.
oh, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that
I
was in
don't
like a
know.
whole different cave in a
Okay, my
whole
bad.
different like country. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the name of that movie, but yeah, that's what you're talking about. Everyone one by one got missing, and it was like only 2 people that survived. I do believe.
Yeah, and at the end, the dude got or the girl got it in her, and she walking around
Yeah,
infecting people.
yeah. Anyways, for those that don't know, the Catacombs of Paris was created in the late 18th century to address a public health crisis caused by overflowing cemeteries. And when I say cemeteries, I mean probably one of the mass cemeteries that we've probably know to this date. Probably has more bodies than anybody we've ever known. 6 million to be exact. And
Odd number.
it's a very odd number. Because crazy as is, back then there wasn't that many people in Paris. So like my only question to that is how they get that many people down there with all those bones. But that's besides the fact. Yeah, authorities decided to transfer millions of bones from Paris cemeteries, most notably the Holy Innocent Cemetery, which the Paris Catacombs is not the only catacombs. I do believe they have one in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it looks exactly kind of like the catacombs in Paris. The only difference is Paris is pretty wide range.
Exactly, kinda.
Yeah, I mean it has the bones and everything. It's just the only difference between the two. It's just Paris is like wider, and you can get lost pretty fast in Paris if you don't have a guide with you, guide tour. There's been rumors that people, if you don't have a guide tour, they will, if you go down there, they'll take your flashlight and they'll take your map and pretty much leave you stranded down there. You imagine
I
being
ain't going
stuck.
now.
You imagine being stuck down there by yourself with no light, no
No, because
map.
I don't like the dark.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I'm gonna go out that way, I might as well go out with style. So, bang, dang, 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 dang. Hey, somebody says, "Hey," behind me. I'm fucking. What?
What?
I'm just saying. All I hear is, "Hey, hey." What? It's over. It's a wrap. But at least I went out like that. But anyways, authorities decided to transfer millions of bones from Paris cemeteries, not only the Holy Innocent Cemetery, and two abandoned underground limestone quarries to elevate sanitary problems, which was the main reason why a lot of people were dying till that day. The bones were transported and arranged in a quarry tunnels, transforming them into large ossuary that exists today with millions of Parisans' remains housed within its walls. So basically, um, yeah, they kind of sucked back then with any type of like antidotes or anything. So basically, if somebody was getting sick, they just fucking died.
They
And
threw him in a hole.
they just threw them in the little catacombs and they just buried them in a weird way. I guess it's kind of weird when you look about it. Chubbs, what do
That
you
sounds
think?
oddly familiar.
What up?
I said, what do you think?
About the
What is teeth
hey,
on?
huh?
Since you a vampire, you should know mostly about this. Since you was
I don't know
around
nothing.
during that
Look,
time.
all I know is about the all I know about them catacombs is motherfuckers go in and they don't come out. So whatever they got going on over there, more power to them. That's all I can say.
He steered away from that
I
part.
mean,
His body was
till
back.
this day, there's still people that end up missing in there. There's a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
go
people.
missing
There's
Yeah,
all
you could
that.
just
people.
throw somebody in the hole.
Yeah.
Well, the
Well,
thing
that
is,
and
a
just
lot of
innocent
the
people that go in
catacombs.
there and try to be curious.
No, so a lot of
Like
people
people
that go
that
into the
a lot of it's
catacombs.
curiosity. Like people go in there that don't know crap about catacombs. They think like, oh, well, we're supposed to go this half because there's a spot that's sanctified just for tourist people. That thing
Yeah, like
stretches for miles, so it's like if they go past that area, you're not guaranteed to come back because they don't know any of that area. The
the thing
tourist
is, a
people don't
lot of
even know.
people get lost in there because
Like
they the catacombs are very hard to navigate. Even if you have a map, it's not like you would exactly know exactly where you're going. So a
no,
lot of people don't plan to go far, and they usually still get lost. That's why they say you should go with like a guide, someone that does that a lot. So
mm-hmm.
I don't know. You ain't gonna catch my black ass in there. I know that for sure.
I
Not
mean,
this
you
one
wouldn't
either.
fit in it anyways. There's a lot of tight areas in there. We're not gonna fit in there. I'm just
I
saying,
ain't
being
gonna look. I
honest.
ain't gonna fit in there, and you gonna get stuck because you're an airhead. So
And Denzel's just Brody. He gonna get stuck too.
I'm
We
gone.
just gonna be three stuck. What you gonna do? Run in place like one of them characters in GTA? Because you ain't going
Nope,
nowhere.
I'm running to the light. I'm sorry, sir. I do
What
not
if you don't see a
need to
light?
be here,
What if you don't see a light?
sir. I don't understand why I'm here. You said there was candy. There is no candy.
candy is
I've been
crazy.
here for 10 minutes
Candy
and
is
there's no fucking
crazy.
candy. I'm
Ain't no
tired of
candy up in that
this.
bitch.
You ain't got no
No,
Oreos, no nothing, bro. Come on
bro.
now.
What?
We've been down here 20 minutes, bro. I want to go home. You ain't brought me no candy. That's the only way I'll be there. It depends on the candy, though.
In 1780, there was a wall around the Holy Innocent Cemetery that collapsed, spilling decaying bodies into the streets, which
Wait.
was kind of a big thing.
Huh?
Yeah,
Ah.
80. A wall around the Innocent Cemetery collapsed, spilling decaying bodies into the streets. Yeah, which
Ugh.
caused all that. all that what caused all that stuff to happen. Yeah, people sick. It was a really bad thing. Um, Over time, the tunnels were enforced and the bones were meticulously arranged into decorative walls and passageway, creating the catacombs as a solemn mausoleum. And there was one person who was a royal decree, who was King Louis, ordered the creation of the inspection in 1777 to map and consolidate these dangerous quarries. And yeah, he was a wonderful person. But other than that, hey, don't not at me on this.
He said, "Don't add me." We're adding you now. We're gonna add you.
Don't add me on that.
Y'all believe they actually dig up dead people?
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
They dig up dead people,
Definitely.
burn them, all that. They ain't got that much space.
I mean, when you think about it, how many people die each and every day in the course span of each year? Do you think they actually have that many cemeteries to contain all of it? I'm just saying
to burn you, so.
I mean, yeah, that too. But I'm just saying for those that are buried in cemeteries, you know, they actually get rid of some of those people. I'm just saying it's conspiracy. Beyond that, I got some videos to show about the catacombs. Hope you guys enjoy these.
A little show and tell.
Yeah. Little razzle dazzle. Little sparkle on top.
Little spick a day.
The Catacombs, the darkest secret on Earth. An underground complex 300 kilometers long with 6 to 7 million bodies, and we're supposed to believe it's because too many people got sick and hungry? Or might they be hiding what remains of the old world? And that's just the one in Paris. These catacombs are all over the world. Just a theory, entertainment purposes only. So, why is there a labyrinth of corpses under the city of Paris in the first place? History tells us in the late 18th century, so many people were dying from disease and famine that they started running out of cemetery space to bury them. Bodies were piling up so much they were causing odors throughout the city, so King Louis XVI ordered his authorities to fix this problem. In 1785, they uncovered an old underground tunnel system called the Tombe Issoire quarries, which were used as limestone quarries hundreds of years earlier to build famous sites like Notre Dame. They repurposed these tunnels to relocate all the bones from the overpopulated cemeteries over the course of about 12 years, and did so with an air of secrecy. You know, to not raise panic among the citizens, of course. The site was officially called the Paris Municipal Ossuary and eventually began to take on the mythical name of the Catacombs. The first thing anyone notices about these subterranean graves is the intricate, almost ritualistic design of the human remains. The bones weren't just stashed away in large heaps as one might expect would be the case for a disposal project as this one, but were organized in a decorative fashion, aligning femurs with skulls along the walls, geometric patterns, a throne of bones, and even this famous centerpiece known as the barrel, which, according to sources, were all put in place by the average 18th century quarrymen. They were led by official quarry engineers like Louis Etienne d'Aturi, but still peculiar to see. In fact, the architecture was so nice that in 1809 the catacombs were even open to the public for tours, which only the rich could afford. Ritualistic sites involving the deceased attended by only the elite class? Some things never change. Now, why on earth would a literal mass grave be so intricately decorated for presentation in a borderline victorious manner like they were celebrating something? But no, they were just moving some bones out of the way, nothing to see here. Let's do some math. 6 to 7 million bodies moved over the course of 12 years as claimed means 57 to 67 bodies moved every hour, night and day for 12 years straight. That's one body, which contains several bones, moved into place in carefully designed patterns every minute, day and night, non-stop for 12 years, which could be possible given a sizable workforce. Just quite impressive to say the least, especially given their incredible design. But the question does arise, where do you get 6 to 7 million bodies in a city with a population of just about 600,000 at the time? That's 10 times times the population of Paris in the 1780s and even about 3 times Paris's population today. I understand these bodies have accumulated over centuries, but the population was even lower in previous generations. Not to mention, even most bones do decompose and become extremely brittle within 100 years, so where did all these remains come from? Disease and famine is the main explanation we're given. Even Great Britain was having the same problem of overflowing cemeteries around the same time. It's almost like there was an old world here before us that got wiped out in a short period of time and they needed a place to hide all the bodies. Which reveals these Paris catacombs were the tip of quite an extensive shaft. As we see hidden mass grave sites like these all around the world. Like in Odessa, Ukraine, home to the largest catacombs in the world. 2,500 kilometers of tunnels dug into limestone bedrock dating to about the 17th century. Also used as a quarry and never officially to store bones of the deceased, but the majority of these tunnels haven't even been explored yet. Documentation of these catacombs is extremely limited, almost like they didn't want anyone to know what's down there, with large areas even being off limits to the public. Rumors claim that up to 1 million bodies may be buried down there, but on record there's none, which is kinda odd given they're officially called the Odessa Catacombs halfway around the world. The Basilica and Convent of San Francisco, a cathedral in Lima, Peru, has its own network of catacombs underneath. And again, what do we see here? Human bones arranged in a decorated manner, eerily similar to the ones in Paris, kind of like they were built as an award, a trophy, or accomplishment of some sort. Estimated to hold at least 25,000 bodies, with some claiming up to 70,000, or so we're told, as these haven't been explored much either. With many smaller catacombs under other churches in the surrounding area, all believed to be connected. Possibly bringing the body count of this network into the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, but just speculation. The Lima catacombs weren't even publicly rediscovered until 1943, despite starting construction in 1546. Now, why put so much effort into designing yet another artistic mass grave site just to keep it hidden for hundreds of years? Just like the Brno ossuary in Czech Republic, again under a church and rediscovered as recently as 2001, despite being used in the 18th century, and this one has an estimated 50,000 bodies, but as always, it could be more. And the fun geometric patterns we see everywhere, almost like the same group of people did this around the world. And like, why? Why put in so much artistic architectural design made of human remains into an underground crypt that no one is ever supposed to see? Allegedly constructed by your average 18th century quarrymen, because, you know, they all had degrees in advanced architectural design back then. Some sources even admit they appear to be arranged in a ritualistic manner, like the ones who built them were trying to achieve something more than just a gravesite. And what about those underground crypts they've been finding in places like New York City? Are there more of these hidden all around the world? St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna, Austria. Catacombs with about 11,000 bodies. The catacombs of Rome, once said to host hundreds of thousands of the deceased, but have largely since been emptied. Under the Church of St. Paul's beneath the island of Malta. More catacombs. This list is endless. Almost always found directly under a church or cathedral. The obvious answer is they want to honor the dead by burying them under places of worship. Unless it was the churches that were strategically built on top of the catacombs. A perfect hiding spot for mass graves that nobody would accidentally stumble upon while keeping the majority of their known tunnels off limits to the public. These are just the ones we know about. There could be many more under major cathedrals in every city. So did all these places just happen to have body overpopulation issues in the past they solved by ceremoniously decorating underground caverns with skulls and femurs? And today, we're A-okay, despite global population skyrocketing. Or maybe there was something back then that resulted in a huge spike of bodies. Fires. Almost every single major city has had their own Great Fire that took place in the last 400 years or so. Try it out. Search up the Great Fire of your city name and you're almost guaranteed to find something. Great fires in every city, mass graves largely unexplored under their streets. Was there an old world, a lost civilization as recent as the 1700s that was wiped from the earth and intentionally hidden from records? Some mystery enthusiasts say yes. Before the Great Fires, there was rumored to be a great global empire that rhymes with barbarian. Ugh, I don't even know if I want to get into that, and who knows, maybe these catacombs are just totally innocent and none of this is true.
Yeah, I've seen stories about like churches built on top of those. So the theory of it being a ritual, like, oh, holy, put your body in here. But then what do we know about churches? Yeah, I don't. The fact they're on top of churches, I ain't even gonna go no further.
I'll just say that it's very weird and very skeptic and very sus, the fact that catacombs didn't have that many people, especially in Paris. Never had that many people. So yes, the question speculates.
6 million people.
Where do you find
6 million people?
Where do you find 6 million bodies? and boom.
Apparently, there was 6 million people like every year since like 1915 or something like that. Like 6 million people. That was always the number.
Yeah,
So I mean, if it be true, then there was must have been a lot of death and famine everywhere.
I don't know.
Well, the Black
I
Plague
don't
was
know.
the thing, was it not?
I don't think that's the case. I mean, it could be. Allegedly, it could be. I don't know.
You
I
have
just
history of
think
some very
there's just
sick people.
something. I just think there's more to it than meets the eye, honestly. And on top of that, it just looks very ritually. Like catacombs. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, who doesn't like organization?
It's a lot ritually. A
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, all I'm just gonna say to that is it's just a little sus that there's a lot of bones down there that doesn't add up to the people that were populated in that area. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just a little sus. But with that being said, I got a second video. I got 5 more short videos shown. They're really short. So
Let's talk about the Paris Catacombs and why you should never try to go in there unless it's with a guided tour through the museum. My biggest video ever on TikTok was taken down with 40 million views. I'm appealing it because obviously there's nothing wrong with it, but whew, okay, so we're gonna do it again for now. Hopefully the original will be back up soon because there was nothing wrong with the video. What I had said in the original video is Paris is sat on top of an entire catacomb network. It spans all across the whole city. The part that you go for the museum, that's just one small part. It's reinforced, it's safe, you're allowed to go in. That part's fine, of course, you should go, it's fun. However, outside of the museum, there's still an entire catacomb network. And if you move to Paris or if you know someone who knows someone, people go in there. People go in there to have parties, people go in there to spend a few nights. I've even heard of people doing like film viewing down there with like a projector. I don't know, it's wild. People go down there. Obviously it's illegal and you should not go down there. If you get caught going down there, you can get in big trouble. But what I had said in the original video is it's more than just getting in trouble. It's not safe to go in there, and this is why. Apart from being huge, where you could get lost and you don't know where it's reinforced and it's disgusting and you could like get stuck somewhere, like it's not very smart. I had dated a guy who was from Paris, and when I talked to him about the catacombs, he was like, I mean, we could go if you want, but you can't go without me. And I was like, why not? Come on, like, I'm an adventurous gal, like, why not? What he said to me was, well, Amanda, the people that go in there, they don't want tourists going in there. They don't want outsiders going in there. And there's people who spend time down there. There's people who go down and stay for several days. I originally had said people live down there, but I checked with him, and I don't think they like full-time reside down there, but they definitely vacation there. They treat it as a hotel, okay? And what he told me is that he's heard stories and he's seen this happen where people go in with their flashlight and with their map, because you need a map because it's very confusing down there. You need a map to know where you're going so you don't get trapped. What they'll do is if they see you coming, they will snatch your flashlight and your map out of your hand and then run away. So then you're just standing there in the corridor, dark, don't know where you're going, very scary situation. I don't know how common this is, but he told me he knows for a fact that it does happen. That's why he was like, dude, if you ever want to go, you have to go with me. And I was like, I don't think I want to go anymore. No, thank you. I choose being alive. Thank you very much. Now, it is true that years ago, a few people went in and got lost and they unfortunately passed away. But he had said to me that that hasn't happened for a while. So like, I don't think people are dying doing this right now, but I still don't think it's a good idea simply because it's so risky. And God forbid, imagine you get lost and you're in these little corridors. Also, let us not forget the film As Above, As Below. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. That will tell you all you need to know about the Paris Catacombs. So anyways, hopefully the original video will get reposted soon because otherwise I'm going to cry a lot of tears because that was my biggest video ever and I was so proud of it. That's all. Okay, follow me more for Paris tips.
Yeah, that just confirmed what I said.
don't go down there.
Leads to
Down there.
churches.
My black ass will not be in those catacombs.
Because you're going to find yourself either lost, and if you find yourself found, you might be found in a church.
Hey.
That other voice may be somebody from the church.
Come over here so I can bless you for your sins.
Yeah, they ain't gonna bless you.
You ever been swallowed? No.
Swallowed up. Have you ever gone through a time of swallowing?
So basically what they're saying is it's gonna lead to TJ Jakes' church. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
We got the third one. We got the third one.
Hey! What?
No.
In case y'all didn't see that, there is other things besides people in that cave.
I didn't see
What
nothing.
was that? That weren't people? They look like people.
No, that was something else.
Oh.
Can we get like a zoom in on what the fuck that was?
Yeah.
Cause I thought I saw
They had it circled.
they circled it, but it moved so quick.
Oh no. I don't know what
What
that
the
is,
fuck
and I
is
ain't trying to
that?
find out.
I'm not trying to find out.
What the fuck is that? They look
I
like
don't want
kids.
to. I don't want to know.
They ain't strapped out there? They ain't strapped at all?
No, not in the catacombs.
Oh.
No.
That
Then
look like
it,
kids. Those are demons.
Yeah.
Well,
stay strapped.
Yeah, I don't think they stay strapped out there in the catacombs, my guy.
I
bitch,
will
you
be.
better.
Because
At
I
that
see a
point, you
demon,
better
that
grab
demon better
somebody's
duck.
femur off the wall. You better grab somebody's shin bone off the
Start
wall.
swinging.
Defend yourself. Hey, we ain't playing no games.
I
Bitch,
beat
I'll hit
that
you with
man
a
with Miss
shoulder bone,
Jenkins'
bitch. You ever
good
got hit
leg.
with a clavicle hoe?
Hey, as soon as somebody said what, I'd have been like,
I'd have took Miss Jenkins' pelvis and just.
Bitch, I'll shin you to death.
y'all do that. I'm gonna be right behind you guys, running for the exit.
I'm gonna shin bone somebody to death.
Y'all fight. I'm running back to the exit.
Oh, we running and fighting. You could do both.
Somebody getting tripped in the end.
It's called an offensive retreat.
Somebody's gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
Oh no, like my feet move backwards, but I can still throw hands forward. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. You ever ran backwards before? Me too.
What's the third video? Fourth video.
As a boomerang, don't play with me.
What the heck? Today I'm going to go to the underground illegal catacombs.
I guess we know how we gonna.
It's going to be scary, but let's check it out.
Lying deep beneath the city of Paris, there is a labyrinth from the 1800s that was used to store over 6 million dead people's bones. And after messaging random people on the Catacombs subreddit, I met a local that was willing to take me as long as he stayed anonymous. He took us straight to this random hole that was carved out in the middle of a wall that went directly to the catacombs. Now they say you shouldn't trust a stranger, and that's probably good advice, because after about 3 minutes I had no idea where I was and I couldn't even find the exit if I tried.
This place is crazy.
Luckily, our stranger was actually a really good person, and after trying to squeeze our way through some of the tiniest holes, our guide took us to where some of the bones are stored, which included seeing a structure of bones stacked to the roof, and we even stumbled upon a throne made completely out of bones.
That's so scary.
This has to be one of the most insane adventures I've ever been on, so follow for part 2 because I haven't even shown you half the stuff.
That
Oh no, baby!
right there.
Oh no, baby!
That is the epitome of white people shit.
Nope.
I have yet to see a black person go in those catacombs. I haven't. I don't think we're gonna see that type of adventure. He went in there with somebody he met online. He went in there with
Reddit, bro.
On Reddit. This man could have did all type of things to you in them catacombs, and nobody would have knew nothing. You'd have been.
And you said on video you didn't know where you was.
That's how people
Bro, you would have been another skeleton on a wall.
Bro, I'd have left you right there, stupid.
What? Sir.
No, we're not doing that.
Are you cool? Are you cool, my good sir?
Obviously, he's still alive. Anyways, let's get to
The strangest thing was found in the catacombs in Paris. People still don't know what the even this was. So this happened in 2004 in the catacombs, and for the people that don't really know too much about the catacombs, bro, it's like 174 miles of tunnels and caves all under Paris, pretty much. Apparently, I think since 1955, they have banned any tourists or anybody from going down there without a tour guide. And this one day, police were doing like this training exercise down there for some reason, and they ended up noticing that there was like these motion censored cameras that were like following them as they were going down and deeper in the catacombs.
Yeah, bro,
so,
I think I've seen something like this.
Yeah, bro. So they were like, what the even is this? So the deeper they go, bruh, they ended up literally going, and dude, you're not gonna believe this, they found a movie theater.
Yes.
Pretty much set up.
I seen this,
in the
bro.
catacombs that they set up down there with the wiring and everything, bro. They set up all of this type of stuff. They even went as far as to say, bro, there was a bar down there. There was even a restaurant with dining tables and everything. So they ended up pretty much leaving to go get reinforcements, and they also wanted to go and get people that were
experts with like wiring,
and electricians and shit like that. So they would go and bring those people, and when they get down there, all of the stuff is gone. Every single piece of
movie theater, everything.
All the movie theater, the tables, the this, the that, the wiring that they set up professionally, all of it is gone as if they were never there. Even the motion sensor cameras are gone 3 days later. And the only thing they found was a note, and it just wrote, "Don't try to find us."
Really?
Straight up. That's what it said, yeah. And they, till this day, they don't know what the that was. So I don't know, bro.
That's gotta be some Illuminati shit in there, no, like watching some crazy
shit, dude.
The CIA.
In Paris?
Yes, bro. The CIA is everywhere. The CIA got an airport right here.
So Paris would just call them the CIA as well?
Not necessarily.
I'm about to say, like, they would have a different name, a different group. It'll be different things.
I mean, there's subgroups. I mean, just CIA ain't. It's like the big group, like all the little subgroups and whatnot.
Yeah, it's all the same thing but different.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but that is very true. They did have stuff in that cave, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, that would fuck my mind up. To come down there and be like 3 days later that stuff is gone. I would literally have to.
Well, why did it take them 3 days to get back down there?
I don't know.
Time to move anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so weird.
Like,
I would have went down
there. It was probably one of y'all that went down.
Hey, the people that don't know about this just found out. So we're gonna give you 2 days to get that shit out of there before we go back. Like,
I mean, either that or they.
If you find a movie theater in a catacomb full of dead bodies, why is it taking us 3 days to mobilize to get this shit out of there?
Because they had to go through the authorities, and the authorities were probably like,
I thought they was the police.
They were.
No, they went to go get. They went to go get the actual like.
And that's why it's gone, because they told the authorities it was there. So now they're gonna get their shit.
The authorities. If it's something fishy, such as who knows the people, they probably behind that shit. They're probably like, you know what, maybe we should.
So basically, the police put out a story, and then that don't make no sense. The reason why that story makes no sense, because if the police are the authority and they had to tell the other authorities what they found, that means they went back there for no reason because it was already going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. They probably already
they made a story.
They probably already knew.
They made the story.
Still, it seemed
they was in on it.
Somebody obviously was. They told the higher ups to get the shit out of there.
Yeah.
Don't try to find us. They kind of noticed that.
We left the theater down there for 3 days and it mysteriously disappeared. How can you get all this out in 3 days?
I mean, it's not hard.
48 out.
If you got it down there, you can get it back in.
All I'm saying is. All this makes sense when you think that all this leads back up under a church.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. It's making the church look no better.
last video.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
suspicious.
I used some of the original footage, so please be advised. In the early 2000s, a video was discovered inside one of the scariest places on Earth. It's called the Catacombs, and it's one of the world's largest mass graves. To get to it, you need to wriggle through these claustrophobia-inducing tunnels hundreds of feet below the city of Paris. The video was found miles and miles into one of the least explored sections of the catacombs. The video is largely uneventful until he starts following these arrows that he sees on the wall and that he sees on the ground. And these arrows bring him to these rooms that are completely full of human bones, which catacombs experts have no idea where they are. Like, they don't know where this is. Then out of nowhere, something spooks him and he starts sprinting deeper and deeper into the catacombs until he drops his camera. And then all you hear is his panic breathing and footsteps as he disappears. While nobody knows what actually happened to this guy, everybody seems to agree that the footage is authentic.
So how'd you get the footage though?
They said they found his camera just lying there days later, dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so okay.
They never found him, but they found the shit he left. That makes sense because even in the woods, if you go missing, your tent is going to be found.
True.
But why would you run deeper into the forest? Like, I don't understand that though.
I mean,
if I know
his life
is back, if my exit is in this direction, I'm not running this way because I don't know what to see. I'm going back that way.
Y'all aren't. So the fact they found the camera, wasn't that his life?
Yeah.
Well,
or did he have like camera?
I think he had a camera.
When you're scared, you gotta realize when you're scared, you're gonna drop everything. You're gonna drop everything.
I think he had like a headlight or something, if I'm not mistaken.
When you're getting the fuck, sometimes you know.
Yeah, the stories.
That makes sense. I'm just saying, you running this way in like deeper into the shit, and I'm looking at it like I must have saw it different. But the fact you running deeper into this, unless you know exactly where you going,
he wasn't thinking. He was just thinking, I got to get the fuck out of here. Human instinct.
I'd have said that halfway in.
When you're in fight or flight mode, sometimes flight doesn't care for directions.
Yeah. Yeah, they did say that he had a headlight, and they found him literally 11 years later.
You mean they found his body?
Yeah, they found his body.
Yeah, and I'm guessing he was nothing but a skeleton by then.
Pretty much.
He was at.
What'd I just say?
He was where he needed to be, amongst his kinfolks in the walls. With his ancestors.
I do believe they have a video somewhere on YouTube or something about him. Well, they have more of the video.
We're okay. We got the summarization. I don't want to see a white.
Basically, he was going like crazy in that fucking cave. He was losing his mind and shit. And
yeah, imagine being in a place you don't know at night with people not looking for you, scared out of your mind. I lose my shit too. I lose my shit when I don't have the yogurt I want. I can only imagine if, you know what I'm saying? I can imagine
something that you wasn't supposed to hear.
The pressures that are on you when you're in those type of situations, I'll go crazy. I'll start biting bitches. I'll bite somebody. Where's Darnell? He's biting a nigga right now. I'm hungry. Bitch. Yeah. I'm under stress.
Who knows what really honestly happened between that guy? I just know that he went crazy in that cave.
Yeah,
you went crazy going to the cave.
Well, he was an explorer though, which makes it even like.
Yeah, Pastor Jones is an explorer too.
Second that something has to be wrong with you mentally to go into a cave full of bones.
That leads to a church. You know, there's only two ways out.
He is fixated on that church. He's fixated on it. The church has something to do with this.
I know they do, but yeah.
I mean, I'm on the same page with him.
The church is full of freaks. I would.
Pastor Jones lifted up the robe and had no drawers on. I'm just saying it be like that out here. So if you running, there's only one or two things you're running from: somebody you don't know, or something you don't know. So if it's somebody and it leads to a church, Pastor Jones is down there, and I seen him, and he had no drawers on. I'm just saying.
Imagine running in a naked
right into him.
A naked priest is telling you he's going to
you wouldn't run.
Sin. I'm
running for real.
I'm absolve you of your sins.
I'm gone.
Salvation.
Wrong with you?
Come on, bro.
Oh my god.
The Lord has forgiven you. Good look.
So it's great. It's great factual stuff for the catacombs. Yes, there is some very sus things that have happened in the catacombs, such as the whole CIA and TVs and stuff down there, and then the bones that are like 6 million down there.
Let me go get my tinfoil hat.
I'm just saying. I mean, TV's down there, a bunch of cameras and stuff. That's just a little sus to me. I'm just saying.
The CIA.
That was Diddy hosting his last Diddy party before he got captured.
Yo, the catacombs.
The one place you look. The one place your catacomb, the catacombs, the one place you're guaranteed to get a bone.
At least one, baby.
Hey, his name was Sean Combs. That would make sense. The catacombs.
It sounds like some devious ass shit.
No wonder it's slippery down there.
Slippery when wet.
He got a fountain of youth. I mean, a fountain of Johnson Johnson down here.
That's his fountain of youth. Keep him greasy.
Gotta keep that thing lubed up.
You gonna know that you get into that area of him where he's at because you gonna hear that music on the speaker system.
That's why that boy ran.
Going
Diddy, is that you?
Going somewhere.
I think that's the scariest thing you could ever find in a catacomb.
Yep.
Diddy coming
a group
after
of people.
It's Diddycombs.
Diddy in a towel coming after you.
Ain't there a movie with him running in a towel or something?
Diddy dance in a towel.
Now, like in that video off the elevator, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, see that coming at you.
I'm running for the. I'm running into something. I'm knocking myself out unconscious.
Baby, I'm diving in a wall full of bones.
I'm finna make a whole new skeleton just so I can.
I'm taking somebody's spine right off the wall, dude. Bye, bye. I don't care. Fight.
Use it as a whip.
You got a lot of weapons. Remember, Cain killed Abel with what did he say? A cow jaw, a bull's jaw.
Yeah.
You better use that. Bones can kill, baby.
So imagine what I do to this one right here, and I got both. I'm gone.
Hey, skulls are being flown. He ain't gonna know which ones.
But I'm gonna tear up everything. I'm knocking stuff off the wall. Wow.
The only time you see the skull is when it hits him in the face. Nyam.
This I don't get. Why they ain't like kicking stuff over, like make them trip up? I don't know. This whole scenario just played out in my head if it happened to me.
I'm seeing
every throw some of them bones on the floor. Hope that nigga trip himself.
I'm like, bloop.
Find your nice sturdy shin.
Every skull.
And all that
nigga world.
Rocket. All they gonna hear from me is gone. Gone.
Sound like a skeleton man running for his life. All you hear is bones rattling.
The pitter patters.
Boy.
You hear bones crushing. It ain't him. It's his bones on the floor.
Knock a nigga jaw off.
Well, I'll make that
man.
Whoever's in there.
I think I stepped on someone's femur.
Not the femur.
Well, it'd be all kind of dust and stuff kicking up from my little feet. Gone.
That man ran so fast, he done made a skeleton just sitting there on the wall.
Boy, grabbing pelvises off the wall, flinging them.
What is the nigga pelvis?
It's up. You gotta catch me and fight me at the same time.
Oh, man. Alright, guys. So that includes our segment for Souls Out Script, episode 6, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys...
Episode 6.
I hope you guys enjoy this just as much as we have. We promise to give you some great content every time we get into this. If you guys do happen to like this, for those that haven't yet, make sure you comment, like, share, and most importantly, what do we do?
Subscribe,
baby.
What is that?
We appreciate that, the love and support. Make sure you send some comments. We love the critical feedback. We always here for that. And for the haters, sorry about your loss. That's all I can say to that. With that being said,
we love you.
We love you.
We love you so
We love
much,
you.
haters.
And we will definitely be back. As long as you guys keep accepting us and letting us come back. You know what I'm saying? And until then, peace, love, and chicken grease. We out.
Chicken grease?
Chicken grease, baby. Chicken grease. Ain't nothing better than chicken grease. And this guy over here trying to sharpen his fake teeth.
I'm gonna bite a bitch before Halloween.
Hold on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, don't he look like Blade's cousin? Butter knife.
Excuse me, young lady. Give me that neck. Bitch.
He coming at you with, instead of a blade, he coming at you with a butter knife.
Didn't you say you was gonna be standing outside of Planet Fitness?
Planet Fitness.
The best blood.
What you say? Just circulated, motherfucker. Just did cardio.
Yeah,
be pumping nutrition in the air. They probably had a protein shake. I need all that.
Hey, I need some of my best roasters in the comments. Roast my guy with his teeth. I want you to say your best.
Y'all some haters. We ain't even got no roasters yet, bro. We ain't got no roasters.
I want you to roast this man. Still get in them.
Dang, we don't have them yet, bro. We don't have them yet, bro. We don't have them yet. I'm biting.
We roast each other for that reason.
I'm biting bitches. Bitches are getting bit.
Ladies,
I agree. I would be there. Yes.
He's trying to be worse than Count Dracula. Count Chocula, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and
Count Chocula is fucking crazy.
He a hater. You got your own cereal, my boy. He a hater.
He's a hater.
Fucks with you. I fucks with you.
Only time I'm the best. Look, when else you
the
gonna
only
find
time
a
you're gonna know when he's around,
like
you're gonna smell the aroma of fucking Hershey bars.
I'm biting bitches. Banging them hoes down. Banging them. Ah, bitch. Ah.
Theme song that Barry White ringing your ears. With that being said, I'm out. Peace, love, and chicken grease, y'all. We out.